An intelligent man avoids sharing these 15 secrets. There is a power in silence that few truly understand. An intelligent man knows that not every truth must be spoken, nor every thought made public. He who masters his tongue masters his life. This is not cowardice, but wisdom. For in our speech lies the seed of our triumph or our downfall. And there are 15 secrets in life, ancient and sacred, that the wise keep locked within their hearts, not out of fear, but out of strength. The first secret: your struggles. Show me a man who is not a slave, Epictetus once challenged. We are all chained to something: our desires, our fears, our pain. Yet the intelligent man understands that his struggles, his battles with himself and the world, are his crucible. They are not for the spectacle of others. When you lay your wounds bare for the world to see, what do you gain? Sympathy, validation. These are fleeting comforts, and they make you weaker. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved, and the raging of the sea falls still around it. Your struggles are your waves. To share them is to risk diminishing their transformative power, for struggles gain their meaning not in how they are viewed, but in how they are endured. By keeping your struggles private, you preserve the sanctity of your growth. You learn to face your fears without the crutch of external validation. You build fortitude, you become the immovable rock, and in that silence, you cultivate true power." The second secret: your aspirations. Dreams are fragile things, easily crushed by the weight of cynicism and the envy of others. When you speak too freely of your aspirations, you expose them to forces beyond your control. The Stoics knew this well. Seneca warned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." In sharing your dreams, you risk tethering them to external expectations rather than anchoring them in your inner resolve. Keep your aspirations hidden, not out of mistrust, but out of respect for their sacredness. Let them take root in the quiet soil of your mind, far from the judgment of others. Let your actions, not your words, reveal your ambitions. For an intelligent man knows that the best way to achieve greatness is to let his deeds speak in silence. The third secret: your acts of kindness. True kindness requires no audience. An intelligent man understands that his acts of compassion and generosity lose their purity when flaunted for recognition. To parade your good deeds is to diminish their virtue, turning them into currency for approval rather than a reflection of your character. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you have done good and another has benefited, why do you still look, as fools do, for a third thing besides credit for the good deed or a return on it?" The Stoics believed that virtue is its own reward. To seek acknowledgement for kindness corrupts the act itself, turning it into a transaction rather than an expression of inner strength. By keeping your benevolence private, you nurture humility and protect yourself from the pride that erodes virtue. Your kindness, unseen and unspoken, becomes a testament to your self-control and commitment to doing what is right for its own sake. In the quiet moments of your life, when no one is watching, remember this: the measure of a man lies in what he does when there is no audience. For in those silent acts of goodness, you cultivate the strength of a soul untethered to the need for validation. Let your kindness flow like an underground river, unseen yet powerful, shaping the world in ways only you and the gods can know. The fourth secret: your fears. An intelligent man does not speak openly of his fears, for to do so is to give them power. Fear is a shadow that grows larger when it is shared recklessly. The Stoics taught us to confront our fears, not to parade them. To share them prematurely or carelessly is to invite others to magnify them, perhaps unintentionally, through their own judgment or pity. Seneca observed, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When you voice your fears without first mastering them, you risk giving life to what might otherwise have remained harmless." To keep your fears private is not an act of suppression, but of fortification. It allows you to confront them in solitude, with reason as your guide and courage as your ally. The Stoics remind us that fear is not an external force, but an internal response, one that can be shaped and conquered. Marcus Aurelius urged, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In silence, you can dissect your fears, understanding their roots, and dismantling their hold over you without the noise of external interference. To share your fears is to risk becoming their servant. To face them in solitude is to prepare yourself to master them. And when the time comes, when the storm arrives, you will stand unshaken, for you have already fought and won the battle within. Keep your fears close, not as a burden, but as a quiet teacher. Let them shape you into a man who walks with courage, unyielding and resolute, ready to meet life's challenges with an unflinching gaze. For the intelligent man knows that fear, when faced in silence, transforms into strength. The fifth secret, your next move. An intelligent man does not reveal his next move. To speak of your intentions before they are realized is to scatter their energy into the hands of others. The Stoics understood that action is sacred and its purity is preserved when it is executed in silence. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Words about what you intend to do are mere shadows of the action itself. They dissipate your focus, opening the door to external interference, doubt, and sabotage, sometimes from others, but often from within yourself. By keeping your plans hidden, you maintain clarity and control. You eliminate unnecessary distractions and avoid the temptation to seek praise for what you intend to accomplish rather than for what you actually achieve. The quiet execution of your goals creates a momentum that cannot be derailed by the opinions or expectations of others. In a world obsessed with appearances, the intelligent man moves in silence, letting his success speak for itself. Like a sculptor chiseling away at marble, his craft is done in solitude, and the masterpiece is revealed only when it is complete. Do not speak of your next move, make it. Let the world wonder at your discipline, your focus, and your results. For the Stoics teach us that greatness is not announced, it is demonstrated. True power lies not in what you say you will do, but in the quiet strength of your actions. The sixth secret, your inner battles. An intelligent man does not externalize his inner conflicts, for they are his alone to conquer. The Stoics taught that the battlefield of life is first and foremost within the self. To share your inner battles indiscriminately is to risk misunderstanding, pity, or judgment, none of which aid in your quest for mastery. Epictetus advised, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Inner battles against anger, envy, fear, or desire are the crucible where true freedom is forged. They demand solitude, introspection, and the relentless application of reason. To broadcast these struggles invites others to weigh in with opinions that may cloud your judgment or sap your resolve. The intelligent man understands that these conflicts are opportunities for growth, not spectacles for others to observe. By confronting his inner battles in silence, he sharpens his self-awareness and strengthens his character. He learns to face his emotions without yielding to them, to tame his impulses without external aid. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have within you a strong spirit. Draw upon it." The wise man internalizes this lesson, embracing his battles as a necessary part of becoming who he is meant to be. His silence is not secrecy, it is strategy. Your inner battles are sacred. They are the forge where virtue is tempered and resilience is born. Guard them well. For when you emerge victorious, it will not be with words or explanations, but with the quiet confidence of a man who has faced himself and prevailed. The seventh secret: your true strengths. An intelligent man does not boast of his strengths, for true power does not need to be proclaimed. To speak endlessly of your abilities is to diminish them, turning what is profound into something trivial. The Stoics taught that strength is proven through action, not words. Be silent about what you possess, and let your actions speak, said Seneca. To reveal your strengths prematurely is to risk pride, envy, and complacency. Others may seek to exploit your talents, or worse, you may fall victim to arrogance, a poison that corrodes character. True strength is humble, rooted in self-awareness, and a commitment to continual growth. The wise man knows his strengths are tools to be wielded, not banners to be waved. He hones them quietly, using them only when necessary and with precision. His power is felt, not seen, respected, not flaunted. Like the archer who never boasts of his aim, but lets his arrow find its mark, the intelligent man's strength lies in his restraint. By keeping your strengths concealed, you maintain control. You are neither swayed by praise nor discouraged by doubt. When the moment comes to act, your strength will speak louder than any words could, leaving an indelible mark on the world. Do not reveal your true power, cultivate it, sharpen it in silence, and let it shape the legacy you leave behind. For as Marcus Aurelius wrote, waste no time talking about what a good man should be. Be one, and in being, you will show the world the quiet, unyielding strength of a Stoic soul. The eighth secret: your past mistakes. An intelligent man does not dwell on or broadcast his past mistakes. To constantly revisit them in the company of others is to remain a prisoner of what cannot be changed. The Stoics taught that what is done, and only the present moment holds the power to shape the future. Seneca wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." While your mistakes are teachers, they are not your identity. Sharing them openly may invite pity, judgment, or unwarranted advice. Worse, it may tether your mind to guilt or shame, emotions that cloud reason and hinder progress. The wise man keeps his mistakes as private lessons, not public confessions. He learns from them in silence, reflecting deeply on how they can serve his growth. He accepts them without self-loathing and moves forward with clarity and resolve. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Do not dwell on the past, nothing can be taken from it now. To share your mistakes only when it serves the betterment of others or yourself is an act of wisdom. To flaunt them without purpose is to surrender their transformative power." The intelligent man masters his past by keeping it in its rightful place as a guide, not a shackle. Let your mistakes refine you, not define you. Face them with courage and transform them into stepping stones toward virtue. In silence, you reclaim your dignity, and through action, you show the world that you are not the man you once were, but the man you are becoming. The ninth secret: your deepest desires. An intelligent man does not lay bare his deepest desires, for they are the essence of his soul. To expose them is to invite manipulation, judgment, or misunderstanding. The Stoics understood that desires, unchecked, can lead to vulnerability, and vulnerability, unguarded, can be exploited. Epictetus taught, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Your deepest desires, be they for love, success, peace, or purpose, are sacred. They should be guarded, nurtured, and pursued with deliberate action, not scattered carelessly into the wind of public opinion. To reveal your desires is to risk becoming a slave to them. It invites the gaze of others, their approval or disdain, and it can distract you from the quiet, disciplined work needed to fulfill them. Instead, the intelligent man channels his desires into focused, purposeful effort, understanding that it is not desire itself that is harmful, but our attachment to its outcome. The wise man knows his desires are best realized through action, not words. He does not speak of what he craves, but aligns his daily choices with his higher values. For in the disciplined pursuit of his desires lies freedom, not in their mere attainment, but in the mastery of self that the journey demands. Keep your deepest desires within as a flame carefully tended. Let them guide you without consuming you. For the Stoics remind us that the path to fulfillment is not in chasing what you want, but in becoming the kind of man who deserves it. The 10th secret: your true weaknesses. An intelligent man does not openly expose his true weaknesses, for to do so is to arm the world against himself. The Stoics believed that self-awareness is key to mastery, but they also understood the importance of discretion. Weaknesses, unguarded, invite exploitation and erode confidence. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To broadcast your weaknesses is to shift the focus from what you control your response, your growth, to the judgments of others. While self-reflection is essential, making your vulnerabilities a public spectacle only deepens their grip on you. The intelligent man examines his weaknesses in solitude, confronting them with reason and discipline. He works to strengthen these areas without succumbing to self-pity or external validation. Like a general studying the weak points of his fortifications, he fortifies himself in private, ensuring that when tested, he will not falter. Weaknesses are not shameful, they are opportunities for growth. But they are also deeply personal. Sharing them unnecessarily exposes your inner struggles to forces beyond your control, distracting you from the quiet work of self-improvement. As Seneca observed, you are your greatest obstacle, yet also your greatest solution. Guard your weaknesses as you would your most valuable treasures. Face them with courage and determination, for they are the very challenges that will shape your character. Let your progress be your response, not your confessions, and in the silence of your discipline, you will become unshakable. The 11th secret: your true intentions. An intelligent man does not lay bare his true intentions, for to do so is to weaken their power. The Stoics understood that what is done for the right reason must not be spoken of openly, as the pursuit of external recognition or validation strips it of its purity. True virtue, as they taught, does not need an audience. Seneca warned, "It is not the result of an action, but the intention behind it that determines whether it is virtuous." The intelligent man's intentions are private, protected from the scrutiny of others. To expose them too early is to risk the corrupting influence of judgment, either from others or from one's own ego. Once intentions are revealed prematurely, they become subject to the noise and distractions of the external world. The wise man understands that virtue is a quiet, inward pursuit. To speak of your good intentions is to turn them into something that can be judged, admired, or condemned. Instead, let your intentions remain unseen until they are realized, and let the purity of your purpose be expressed only through the integrity of your actions. In the silence of your work, your true intentions take shape, refined and strengthened by your discipline. Do not speak of your purpose, live it. For as Marcus Aurelius reflected, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By keeping your intentions to yourself, you shield them from corruption, allowing them to emerge in their truest, most powerful form. The 12th secret: your source of peace. An intelligent man does not reveal where he finds his peace, for it is the bedrock of his strength. Peace is not a fleeting comfort or an external source. It is a wellspring that flows from within. The Stoics believed that true tranquility is a product of self-mastery, not the whims of circumstances or the approval of others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." The wise man knows that the quiet sanctuary of inner peace is far more valuable than any external condition. To expose it, to claim it for the world to see, is to risk its fragility. Once shared, it becomes subject to outside forces that may disrupt its harmony. The intelligent man cultivates his peace in solitude, finding refuge in his thoughts, his philosophy, and his commitment to virtue. This peace does not depend on the world's validation, but on the strength of his character. It is not loud or ostentatious, it is calm and enduring, like the stillness of a deep lake that reflects the world in silence. Your peace, like your strength, is a quiet fortress. It does not need to be paraded before others, for its true power lies in its unshakable presence. Keep it within, guard it fiercely, and let it be your anchor when the world threatens to pull you off course. For in the depth of your inner peace, you will find the resilience to face any challenge, knowing that nothing external can disturb the tranquility you have forged within yourself. The 13th secret, your true value. An intelligent man does not seek validation for his worth from others, for his value is inherent, not dependent on external praise or recognition. The Stoics understood that to rely on the opinions of others is to be vulnerable to the whims of the crowd. True self-worth is not a commodity to be traded for approval, but a quiet understanding of who you are at your core. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The wise man knows his worth is grounded in his character, his actions, and his adherence to virtue. To seek validation is to diminish this intrinsic value, handing over your power to others' judgments. When you need external recognition, you allow the world to define you, rather than defining yourself through your own values. The intelligent man understands that self-worth is an internal compass, untouched by the praise or condemnation of others. His value is not confirmed by applause, but by his commitment to his principles, his discipline, and his fortitude. He does not boast or seek admiration, for he knows that his true worth shines through in the quiet consistency of his actions. Your worth is not for others to measure, it is for you to realize and protect. Keep it within, secure in your own understanding of your character, and let it be expressed through your choices, not your need for recognition. For as Marcus Aurelius reflected, what we do now echoes in eternity, and in the quiet strength of your true value, you will create a legacy that no external judgment can ever touch. The 14th secret, your capacity for growth. An intelligent man does not boast of his potential for growth, for true growth is silent and humble. The Stoics knew that development is a lifelong, often unseen process. It is not for the world to witness as it happens, but for the individual to experience in solitude and reflection. To reveal your potential too eagerly is to invite impatience, expectations, and external pressures that disrupt the organic nature of growth. Seneca wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." The wise man understands that his capacity to evolve is not a matter of declaration, but of constant, disciplined effort. He does not need to announce his future successes, for he is fully aware that growth comes from within and is realized over time, shaped by experience, wisdom, and relentless pursuit of virtue. To speak of your potential is to invite the distractions of others' assumptions and beliefs about what you should become. True growth requires solitude and self-reflection, The intelligent man nurtures his capacity to evolve, not for the sake of approval, but for the pursuit of excellence in every aspect of his being. He moves forward with quiet confidence, knowing that the only expectations that matter are the ones he sets for himself. Your growth is not a performance for the world to watch. It is a journey that unfolds in silence. Let it emerge naturally, without fanfare or comparison, and when it is fully realized, it will be undeniable. For in the quiet cultivation of your potential, you will become a man not only capable of great things, but also wise enough to understand that true growth is not a destination, but an ongoing journey. The 15th secret, your inner peace with failure. An intelligent man does not seek to advertise his peace with failure, for failure is an intimate companion of success, understood only in silence and solitude. The Stoics taught that the fear of failure is a distraction, and true strength is found in one's ability to embrace failure without letting it define or deter them. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The wise man knows that failure is not a mark of weakness, but a necessary step in the pursuit of virtue and wisdom. By sharing his peace with failure, he risks opening himself up to the world's judgment and sympathy, both of which can cloud the clarity and fortitude required for growth. To speak openly of your failure is to reveal a vulnerability that may invite pity or unnecessary advice. The intelligent man, however, quietly accepts his missteps, learns from them, and moves forward with greater strength and resilience. He understands that the path to wisdom is not linear, and that each failure offers valuable lessons that propel him toward greater mastery. Failure is not to be feared, but understood and transcended. Keep your peace with failure to yourself, for it is a private battle that cultivates strength. Only when you have faced and grown from your failures does success truly become meaningful. Your resilience, tested in silence, will ultimately show the world your capacity for greatness, one quiet step at a time.